Ambassador, I want to come to you first. It's been 1 year, ma'am, since the deadly Pahalgam terror attack, and as we, commemorate the Indian Air Forces, what they achieved in the aftermath, and how India fought back terror, we're also looking at a campaign of sorts, not just emerging from the West, but also emerging within Pakistan, where there's been an effort being made by the media, by Western think tanks, NGOs, to portray India as an aggressor while completely ignoring Pakistan's history. How do we really counter this narrative?
Thank you, Shweta, for having this debate. I'm so glad that you talked about Kishan Ganga. I was ambassador to the Netherlands when the Pakistanis brought the Kishan Ganga to the International Court of Justice for arbitration. I was part of the delegation, and I was very proud of the fact that our delegation consisted of top Indian legal experts, while the Pakistani delegation consisted of only American lawyers. So I'd like to highlight that when the IWC was first accepted by India, it was done under Western pressure, which we should never have accepted, but maybe because of our economic condition. I don't like to criticize our first Prime Minister in public. As time went on, it became increasingly clear that it was a totally unequal treaty where the upper riparian has no rights, our population has increased, our requirements have increased, we need to develop J&K, and the Pakistanis were just not utilizing the water adequately. They were not even using it for irrigation as it was intended to. As our Prime Minister said 1 year ago, and you rightly quoted, that blood and water does not flow together. We've done the right thing. It would be naive of us to expect that these Western think tanks, including Chatham House, would support us. They have always supported Pakistan. Pakistan was created as a Western creation to check India's rise. So we don't have to be surprised at anything the Western think tanks, etc. do. But one can be sure of the fact that if this is resulting in internal conflict within Pakistan, which even the dear Pakistani field marshal running like a Western puppet from Tehran to Islamabad, etc., making a fool of himself in front of the international community, he is not going to be able to change our decision on IWT through any amount of Western pressure. We are not a country that is a banana republic, and we don't bow to Western pressure. If we did it when we were first established, maybe it was for other reasons I don't want to get into. But right now, I'm very happy to hear from you that it's causing internal conflict. It will cause much more internal conflict if it results in the breaking up of Pakistan. That would be the best news that I have heard of. And I am sure that these internal conflicts will cause a deeper widening because it hits Punjab, which is the very heart of the Pakistani state as we know it. The field marshal and the Pakistani prime minister, etc., all come from that state. So they should understand that their terror tactics have resulted in their going through decades of drought, hunger, starvation, etc., unless they decide to change their policies. And for that, running like a puppet from Tehran to Islamabad is not going to get them one drop of water from the Indus water, which belongs to India and which we should never have agreed to in the first place.